My name is Dave Rechberger, and I live at 4581 Tally Ho Trail. I come to you today as the chairman of the Twin Lakes Action Group, and I'll try to keep my comments brief. This is an update since the August 30th hearing, and there's been a lot of things that we've uncovered that we really believe need to be on the table. So let's cut right to the chase and tell you what our summary is. And we strongly believe that the Planning Commission should deny the land use request from staff for the following reasons. There seems to have been a clear pattern of manipulation and misrepresentation of the process and some of the facts. And we strongly believe that the Planning Commission has already failed to ratify the staff recommendation, but we'll let our lawyers talk about that since that's already been addressed previously. Plus, we think that there should absolutely be separate consideration and separate votes for the north and south parcels. And I'll talk about each of these. So the volunteers in the TLAG organization continually find themselves fighting with the juggernaut that's Boulder government. We very much appreciate the willingness of the volunteers on this body to hear the land use change before you. Unfortunately, the record is littered with improprieties, and from the very staff that's supposed to objectively inform, they are effectively driving this process to a predetermined outcome for development. Even when you look at the key facts that were presented about Gun Barrel, this document is so slanted towards their own development that I'm surprised that the words don't even fall off the page. This commission deserves the integrity and respect to get unbiased information. What you're seeing before you is the perfect self-licking ice cream cone, where the same bodies are the requesters, are the analysts, are the developers, and are the judge and the jury. The process has been tainted, and we believe it needs to stop. Go ahead. These parcels are very distinct and should be evaluated separately on their own merits. The north parcel is low-density rural residential that was originally given to the Catholic Church for a narrow set of purposes. The south parcels are designated as public, specifically for a school or a park. The staff incorrectly bound these two parcels into one land use change, and also by doing so, it also combined 9 land use requests from the citizens into one TLAG request. The south parcels are dedicated lands, which are bound by their land use restriction as a school or a park. The parcels shouldn't even be considered for land use change that allows any residential use at all. Colorado state law states, when a dedication is accepted, the proprietor cannot be heard thereafter to say that such was not the intent. To hold otherwise would allow him to practice probable fraud upon the public. So there can be no land use change at this parcel at such a time, or if any, within the city boundaries. TLAG is ready, willing, and able to fight this in a court of law. By interceding and using some common sense, we hope to prevent this. I will hand out our legal position after I speak. The north lot is zoned as low-density rural residential and can develop through annexation of open space. But another double standard has been applied to by the very same staff that denied annexation to the Archdiocese and then promoted it to benefit their own project while they're the developers. This shouldn't be allowed. If this body allows it to continue, future developers will use this as a precedent to the detriment of all of our neighborhoods. The Twin Lakes Action Group, as you know, is comprised of very concerned citizens and business from throughout the county and the city, with membership from far away as the UK and Hong Kong, from Alaska to Arizona. Our mission has always been to preserve the rural look and feel of our neighborhoods and adjacent lands, and to prevent the annexation of open space to facilitate development. We now seem to be increasingly forced to be a legal watchdog for our communities and to assure that all parties, staff, developers, and communities are equally bound by the same laws of this great state. So for multiple reasons, Again, I would like to ask that the staff and the Planning Commission deny the staff's change request. Again, based on much more information that will be presented by others today, I don't want to take your time because you've seen a lot of this. So I'd just like to thank you for the opportunity and ask if you have any questions.
Thank you. I believe that we have,